Hello, hello, hot honey buns. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're new here, thank you for stopping by. If you happen to be a subscriber, thank you for coming back. I do appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. Ladies, let me tell you first, let's say I feel amazing. The flu, as per my last video, the flu has flew itself out of my body. And I am so thankful to the Lord. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because it was a struggle. It has been a struggle, y'all. But now I'm feeling great. The little one with the strep is no longer strepping. So we are doing amazing. We're feeling great. Thank goodness. So we're going to get into, while we're here, Estratest. I didn't know anything about it. Estratest versus estradiol. Now I've been taking estradiol for about 4 years. When I first started hot flashing, that was the first thing they gave me. And compared to flashing with nothing, yes, estradiol worked perfectly. Kind of perfectly. It started, immediately it did lessen the hot flashes. After a while, after 4 or 5 years on it, it's like, okay, I'm here, but I'm not really here. So when I went to, and we're going to get into a little of the details of different things on here also, guys. Yep, I'm adjusting it right now. But we're going to get into a few of the different things because the different doctors that I've been to. So we're going to label the doctors so that if you're here with me, you know the doctors, you know the stories. So let's try to label them so we can keep them separated. We're going to consider my first OBGYN. That was my that's my old doctor. We're going to say that's my old doctor because I had them for like 10 to 12 years. So we're going to say that was the old one. That was the one I was grandfathered in. So the old OBGYN. And then we're going to have the new one that I went to recently, the one that gave me the progesterone, that didn't know why she gave me the progesterone. We're going to call her Dr. D. I'm sure you can figure out why we're calling her Dr. D. But anyway, and then we're going to move on to the new OBGYN that I just tried probably about a month ago. And we're just going to call her the new OBGYN. Now, hopefully, we won't be adding any more doctors to the roster, at least for 2022. Please, please, no more doctors. But we're going to hope. So that's how we're going to decipher the doctors for this story and going forward. So I was on estradiol for 4 to 5 years. Like I said, it was working. But after about maybe 2 or 3 years, it kind of not worked as good. So when I went to Dr. D, and she prescribed me Estratest, progesterone, and Zoloft. And that was basically on the first visit. And I was like, well, I don't want the Estratest right now because I'm taking estradiol. And I think we're good on that. And she was like, okay, well, we'll go ahead and keep you on the estradiol. She didn't give me any information on, hey, I like the Estratest more. It does this. It's this. She didn't go into any of that. She was just like, okay. So, okay, cool. So anyway, I went back another time and I talked to her and then we discussed and then we decided that I would go ahead and get a refill or get a script for the Estratest. Was I confident on taking anything she prescribed me after some of the visits that we took that I had? No, I was not very, yay, she gave me this, let me go take it, except the progesterone, because I did do my research on that and I was just like, I need some sleep. So something has to help. So the progesterone did help for that. But so when I went to the new OBGYN and I explained to her the whole details of why I was there, I explained a little bit about Dr. D and just the issue that she gave me medicine after being there 3 different times. And then on the 3rd time, she happened to ask me, what did I give you that for? So I just brought that up to her and she was like, oh, I could see how, that could be, have you feeling away. I'm like, most definitely. And I explained to her that she gave me Estratest, Zoloft, and progesterone. The new doctor's information for the progesterone, she was asking me, well, why did she give you that? So these are the looks that her and I are exchanging. So I'm looking at her like, why are you asking me, why did they give me progesterone? Progesterone is supposed to be for sleep, right? So this is just looks. And then she gives me the look like, Yeah, progesterone is actually not for sleep, but it does benefit and it gives you sleep. And then she sees my look like, well, what? It's not for sleep, but it gives you sleep. But I understand different medicines have different, I guess, things that they can give you, but they wasn't intended for that. But it's like, hey, we can help you with this, but this was supposed to be for blood pressure. But anyway, it's gonna take your headache away or something. Anyway, so that's what the progesterone, I guess, is doing. So the new doctor was like, well, at some point, if we pursue a relationship here, we may want to dig and find out, why do you need the progesterone? And I'm like, well, huh? So we will be continuing our visit with the new OBGYN so we can find out what it is, because my issue isn't I can't fall asleep. My issue is I fall asleep and about 2 hours later I'm woke. And sometimes I can go back to sleep after that. And sometimes there's no sleep at all. And I'm just up and I'm up and I'm up. And it's like, all right, I've had 2 hours of sleep. I would really love to go back to sleep. And it doesn't happen sometimes if I don't take my progesterone. And I also take trazodone. I don't know if I mentioned that in any of the other visits or videos, but I take trazodone because that's for my sleep. That's what my primary doctor gave me for sleep. That was years ago. She gave me that. So now I'm taking trazodone and I'm taking the progesterone for sleep. Little secret, I'm trying to wean myself off of the trazodone because I've been taking it for some time. And I thought when she gave it to me, oh, it's just it's just a sleep suppressant. It's actually an antidepressant, I think, antidepressant. And I'm like, huh? But hey, whatever. It helps me sleep. I'm not going to say it does anything for me mentally, but it does help me sleep. And that is the whole point of what I need something. But of course, I do want to dig into why I can't stay asleep, I guess. I thought that was, normal for a body to just wake up and be like, hey, I'm up. But no, apparently that goes a little deeper. So I will be following up with a new OBGYN to find out more about that. So that's what she said about the progesterone. But then we talked about Estratest. And I told her, I'm like, the new doctor gave me that, but I don't know if I want to take that because we don't trust her. We don't trust her. We don't know if we can really, really trust her or not. So I don't know. So when I talked to her and she was like, hey, I prescribe that too. I prescribe Estratest and I love it much more than estradiol or just estrogen or anything else. So she said she likes it. So that made me feel comfortable. So the next morning I took Estratest because that's where I'm like, hey, okay, let's try it. Let's give it a shot, since I do have another doctor saying, okay, it's good. So I've been taking it and I have to say, thus far, I'm loving it so much more than the estradiol. I can say I flash less with the Estratest. Sounds like a little catchy saying here, huh? I flash less with the Estratest, but I do. I flash less. I haven't noticed any other, symptoms or any other issues, anything else that I noticed in a negative connotation, but I am loving it. I have no issues with it. It's got me feeling good. It's got the flashes. I still flash. Don't think you're going to take anything and not flash. But on top of that, not only am I still flashing, but just not quite as oh my goodness. So on top of the estradiol that I was taking, I was also buying over-the-counter Estravin. So I was taking both of them. And it was absolutely like, oh my God, I've got to take both. And I was still flashing on top of that. So what I decided that I wanted to do, y'all know how we do. Well, she gives me this and I'm going to do this. So I decided, as you may see now, I'm a little glossy. I'm a little warm. This ring light is getting me a little glossy. But anyway, the Estratest, like I said, you're still going to flash. You're not going to not flash. I've heard that you're still going to flash regardless. So at least it's more controlled now. It's not as hectic. And I'm also not taking the Estravin. I decided I didn't want to take the Estravin. I don't want to do the over-the-counter and the Estratest. So yes, y'all, if you hear this, this is what it is. So I don't want to take both of them. So I just want to take one. So I've only been taking the Estratest. I haven't had any of the Estroven in about 2 weeks now. And I've been doing really good. Yeah, it's not even the fact. So if I'm at home and I flash, who cares, right? We've got a fan. We've got fans all over the house. If I'm at work, it's really not a big deal if I flash either because I've got a fan at my desk. I've never, ever been one of those people to have fans at their desk until menopause hit. I used to look at people with fans on their desk and be like, what's wrong with you? Why are you hot? How are you hot? But at the same time, I was anemic and did not know it. So I was always cold. So I didn't even know what being hot was. Until now, I know what it is now. But so like I'm saying, it's without the Estroven and still flashing just a little bit. It's not like, oh, I'm not taking the Estroven or the estradiol. Oh, I'm going to flash and it's going to be crazy. No. Like I said, the only reason I'm mainly flashing right now is also because of the ring light and, you know, I'm on camera. But, yeah, so if you are taking estradiol, talk to your OBGYN. Estratest kind of works really good. And I do hear that it's got a little testosterone in it too to give you a little kick that some of us need some days. So that actually works great for that. So try Estratest. You'll flash less. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, this is on Mother's Day, and I just want to say happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers. Whether you're a mother of a natural child, a pet child, a goldfish, I don't care. Happy Mother's Day to you. And if you no longer have your mothers here, such as myself, happy Mother's Day to you and big, 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 big hugs. Because I know it's been 8 years since my mom hasn't been here with me. And yes, we say every day is hard, but definitely on Mother's Day, it's really, really hard. And I know it's a lot of us out there who no longer have our mothers or our dads or, you know, whichever one. So my heart goes out to you. And this year was the first year I allowed my daughter to really, really celebrate me. We went out for breakfast and it was nice. Any other year, I was just in the sense of, no, I don't want to go anywhere. No, I don't want to do anything. I don't. Just leave me alone, honestly. And I can say now I can actually breathe on this day. I can smile on this day. I cannot necessarily cry all day. Not all day. But it's hard, but still celebrate you being a mom and you being an awesome mom and you working hard and doing all you can every day and all day for your kids, your nieces, your nephews, whoever it is, your friends' kids, whoever it is. Plant mom. I'm a plant mom now, y'all, and I'm doing pretty darn good with one of them. The other two, they're not doing too good. But we're not going to talk about that. But I'm a plant mom now, y'all. So I'm happy about that too. So I'm a mom of everything, shit. Happy Mother's Day, everybody. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you very much. Please subscribe, comment, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.